And what's up, guys? This is Tactical Gimmicks here with we're going to make this a two-parter. So the first part of this is going to be a quick Total War Arena navigating the UI and what everything means, because this game's user interface is pretty damn confusing. So this is your home screen, and if you're not at this screen, you can follow along at home. Top left corner, you can hit the home screen, and this is showing your currently selected commander and his squad, and it's got that down here at the bottom. So I've been playing as Arminius. We're almost in rank 5, but we're playing in rank 4 with some cavalry. So this is our team comp at the bottom. If we were to click play right now, this is the unit composition that we are going to queue up with. So when you go in and you start messing around with stuff, if we click on squad, this is to think of it in a simple term. Your squad is what you are about to queue up as. You don't want to think that the squad screen isn't for anything more than picking what you are going to go into battle with at that current moment. So don't think of it as like really anything more than that. And this is where you do get to switch your commanders. So actually, that's a lie. Um, Poor structure here. I wasn't planning this out. I just kind of I'm on a roll. Um, but rolling, we're going to go left to right. So on your squad screen, this is where you can select your commander, and then once you have your commander selected, you can select your units. In this screen, you can roll through, and you can look at the different commanders for the four available factions right now. I'm shooting this on February 27th, 2018, so I'm sure new factions will come out later in the game. Um, if you want, I'm not going to go through these now. I am going to go through and look at Cav later in the game, and then in the unit screen, or in the next video, I'm going to go through and I'm going to analyze Cav. I'm not going to talk about ranged. I'm not going to talk about infantry. I'm not going to talk about the specialty units. I've been playing Cav, and I'm going to talk about the different abilities and comparisons between the various commanders for cavalry, and kind of, I guess, like a tier list for them. Then the unit screen, you don't really do much from this screen other than pick the units that are going to go into your squad. If you do select one of the units that's already in your squad, it will show you the upgrade screen. So right now, it is saying that we can buy something. Oh, okay, cool. So all of the currencies in this game are quite confusing and they're quite frustrating, but that is what it is. I think 13 and 12 body armor melee. Oh, I really like that. I'm gonna hold out for these spears. I'm gonna save experience for those spears. Um, but anywho, if you select one of the units that you have, it'll show you, if you have them unlocked, which I don't have any of these other tier 4 units unlocked, um, but if you select them, it'll show you the individual unit upgrade tree. And something that can get confusing with that is it's saying, for instance, I can unlock basic chainmail right now, and you'll click on that, and it'll say to unlock this, you'll use 2,990 unit XP and 310 free XP. So there's two different XPs in this game, which is a little confusing, but bear with me. When you're playing with a unit, your unit will acquire XP, and that XP sticks with that unit. It's not shared between units, so if I played Brigands on this battle, I'd get some experience that goes into my Brigands uh, user interface, and you can see that from your unit screen. If you were in your home screen and then you clicked on your unit, your currently equipped unit, it'll automatically pull up that unit tech tree. You can go into your tech trees and you can click. You'll see it'll have these check marks on what units are currently in your squad. You can click on the unit in the tech tree and you can get it from there as well. Now, um, also in your tech tree, you can see how much unit XP you have for that unit. Now, I blew a bunch of my unit XP, but if we scroll back to the riders, the first unit, I have 16 unit XP for them, and that's stuck, and that stays with this unit. Now with the scouts, I have 8 unit XP. If I wanted to go, oh, if I wanted to go, I could unlock it. So it actually, it looks like, so what I've just figured out, you can use free XP in place of unit XP. And I wouldn't recommend that. And the reason I wouldn't recommend that is if you go back to your squad screen and you're looking at the commander that you're leveling up, um, you, you're going to level up slower than your units will. So you'll end up with an excess of unit XP if you play a single commander in a single unit for each tier. And then how the tier system works is, so right now Arminius is tier 4, he's leveling up to be tier 5. So that means in the tech tree, I can only get units that are from tier 4. But if I were to, say, unlock basic chainmail and then I had enough unit XP that I could get mounted warband, I cannot unlock mounted warband until Arminius is tier 5. Now, right now I have 2,990 unit XP, and it's saying that I can use some of my free XP in congruence with my unit XP to purchase this 3,300 XP item. Now, the free XP that you get is displayed up on your menu with your gold and your silver and your account level, which is this is so goddamn confusing. But your free XP is supposed to, and I would recommend saving it for use with your commanders. So in your tech tree and from your squad, or it does not going to let you from your squad tree. So whichever current commander you have selected, when you go to your tech tree, and then you switch from armies to abilities, and it will let you toggle on the right here. It'll let you toggle between the different various commanders, which I have none of them unlocked except for the starting guys. Because Arminius he's my playstyle. We will get to that in the next video. But as it stands right now, Arminius can, I have one ability that I can upgrade, so I've just upgraded that ability, and it spent 700 of my free XP. Now, I don't want to spend my XP because when I hit level 5, all of a sudden I'm going to I'm going to automatically get Infiltration, and then I'm going to unlock a turn speed ability, a cooldown ability, and a melee damage ability, which these aren't abilities, these are like, they're buffs or debuffs, but I can rank them up, and I'm going to want all of the free XP that I can get to rank each of these up. These, in and within themselves, are probably stronger than the unit upgrades. Depending on what the abilities are, they're possibly stronger than the unit upgrades. So we want to not, jumping back into our active unit, we don't want to use our free XP to get this basic chainmail. It's a nice buff. Same goes for the Iron Spear. It's a nice buff, but we'll get more than enough unit XP before Arminius hits level 5. And I'm not planning on changing and playing a different unit with Arminius. I'm only planning on playing Cav with him. I might play some Falksmen if I get a nice surplus going, or once I max out the Cav tree and get up near tier 10, and if I'm still playing this game, I might go back and play some Falksmen. I think they look pretty interesting. But, but that's essentially the different things going on in the interface. You've got a social tree where you can add friends and stuff like that, and then you've got a watch tree, which will pull up live games that you can watch, or you can hit the replay button and look at the past battles that you fought. So it's been an alright night. Or I I guess some of those from last night. So we're 2-3 for tonight, but we had a good night last night. We were on a good 4-win streak last night going into this. But jumping back to the tech tree, something else that I should probably point out here is you'll notice that there's some regiments at the top of each tech tree that you can only unlock with gold. Gold, sometimes you get it when you level your account up, and other than that, you have to buy it, which I'll let you formulate your own opinions on that. This game is free to download and it's free to play, so spending a little bit of money on it, I would encourage that. If you've had spend any amount of time playing it, I would encourage you to spend money and buy gold and support Creative Assembly and Wargaming for making this game because it's so much fun and I think it's pretty well done. I think it could have been a lot worse than it actually was. You accumulate silver out of every battle, and you essentially have to use that to do everything. Something that I forgot, and this is the tip that if you're still watching this poorly rambled video and you haven't done this, I don't think a lot of people realize this, but when you click your unit and you select a unit, you might notice if you go into your unit stats screen that you have your abilities and attributes. And beneath that you have your consumables. Well, what are these consumables? They seem like some nice buffs, debuffs, but how do you use them? If you click the Add Consumable button, you can purchase a consumable that will be active in the next battle that you fight, and you might think, oh, that's going to cause, like, that I don't want to spend the silver to have something that I'm only going to have for one fight. Look how much silver I have. I have 240,000 silver, and I've been using consumables in every battle. So for Cav, we have a debuff, we have a melee weapon damage, we have a melee attack, and we have an impact and movement speed. So what you can do is you can select one of these. So we're going to just select impact damage and movement speed. You can click restock automatically, and after every single battle, it will repurchase this consumable buff at a cost of silver, and you will, if you're doing a decent job, still end up with a surplus of silver at the end of the day. You do have to select a consumable for each individual unit, which some people might find annoying, but then just remind yourself that there are players that use multi-unit comps. They might do two ranged units and a spear, or they might do an infantry and a cav, or any weird combination of things that you can think of. So it's not bad. But if you load out what you want, and then you click that restock automatically button after each battle, it will load it again, which must have gotten wiped or something, because when I loaded in tonight, it hadn't saved my consumables, and on previous nights, it did save the consumables. So that's what in the equipment screen, which is this individual tech screen, you do have to spend silver to equip on the unit. So when I unlock this chainmail, I'll have to spend 16,000 silver per unit so it'll be a 48,000 silver expenditure to load that chainmail onto all three of my units. But I mean, again, that's fine. I have 240,000 silver. It's not going anywhere, and I use consumables in every battle. One final thing, and one of my first videos, I said that they dumbed the stats down and they made the stats in this game a lot easier, and they just broke it down into attack, defense, health, and speed. If you go into your unit stats screen and you hover over the bar, that statistic is broken down even further. And you've got weapon attack, weapon penetration, all of the bells and whistles that you would find on, and actually even more than what you would find in a unit for a typical Total War game. and I didn't realize this until uh, a few days into the game. So this is something where in reality it means nothing to me. Just looking at your kind of aggression total and your balance total for your average, your run of the mill player. It's not just focus on the macro stat. Don't look at what it's comprised of. There are going to be some people that try to min max this game. I am trying to max charge impact, impact damage, and speed are what I'm trying to, and then to a lesser extent, defense and survivability. Probably defense. I think defense is probably better than survivability for what I've been trying to do. Yeah, charge, deflect, missile damage, missile block, shield melee, health, morale, body armor, shield armor. Ooh, there's kind of a mix. There's kind of a mix going on there, but speed, especially um, acceleration, movement speed, and turn speed are big for me. View range is nice, but it's not as important. And then charge impact and impact damage, because I cycle charges very well, and I only commit to a bogged down fight if it's seriously in my favor. So I am min maxing a little bit, but not too much. So with all of that being said, I don't think we've missed anything. I would encourage you to kind of go around and play in the tech tree. I'm gonna you know what? I'm gonna do another video on the currency, a little breakdown of the currency and how to think about the currency in this game. And we're gonna shoot that right now. So hit the like and subscribe button if you want to see a quick recap of just the different currencies in this game and the different levels in this game. Um, then tune in for the next video, and we'll be back in a few.